It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers. Next on Madden Football.
It's the only fan-owned franchise here in the NFL. And tens of thousands of those fans have their cheese heads on and have filled the stands of historic Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And away we go from Wisconsin. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So here come the Bengals, ready for their opening drive. They're led out by the legend over in LSU, the former #1 overall pick in 2020, Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers.
They get 13 on the pickup, and it'll be first down, Bengals. So the red challenge flag has hit the field. Matt LaFleur wants to see this again. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a third one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, Burrow to throw. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted! And Cooper takes it away. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
So now it's the Packers getting out on offense for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
It took Jordan Love a little while for him to get his chance to start in the NFL. He had to watch Aaron Rodgers for a number of years, but guess what? Aaron had to watch Brett, and it paid huge dividends. And it sure looks like Jordan Love, to start his career, is doing the same. He didn't just watch Aaron Rodgers. He worked on his game. He developed his game over 3 years. And when he got his chance, he sure looked like a young star at the position. The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Play fake, it's Love. He sends this one to the end zone. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now they have 3rd and short.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. They'll run for it. Jacobs. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Kate, I'll give some credit to the defense there. Limited the gain to the outside, contained him for minimal yardage, but it was going to be tough to stop him from getting a first down as close as they were to the sticks.
They're set up at the 35 now. First down throw, here's Love. That one way too far up there, they can't connect.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Slot man motioned over. On second down, Jacobs. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. That was Geno Stone up there to make that play. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Takes the handoff, now Love. That finds Jacobs, complete.
Awareness. Kate, you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks, but it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't going to move the chains.
The kick by Folk is good. And they're on the board.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Oh, he's showing some burst on his return. The Bengals all set to go for their second drive. They threw the interception on their opening drive, Brock, but that's right from their memory as they head back out now.
Yeah, it's got to be, right? And when you throw that pick early, you've got to flush it. The defense helped with that, holding that offense on the other side to just a field goal and giving this offense now some hope as they take the field again. Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, about for the 1000th time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or two ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Burrow from the gun. Cut for big yards on the right side. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals pull ahead 6-3 in the first. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals take a 4-point lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. McCole Hardman now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Packers taking the field now. Their second series of the game coming up. And they settled for a field goal on their last series, so points are a positive, but they'll look to upgrade to a touchdown here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, off play action. Taking a deep shot here. Brought in inside the 20. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Jacobs running behind center. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Going run again with Jacobs. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. It's a gain of 3 after the loss, but still 3rd and 8 to work with. Shotgun now for Love. He brings it in. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
On for the field goal now. Here's Brandon McManus. Little more than a chip shot. This is 25 yards. The kick by Folk is good. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. On the return, here's Jones. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Cincinnati just about set for its next offensive possession. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Nabbed along the sideline by Higgins. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, a give to Brown. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third down, 1 yard to go. A tight end in motion now. They'll run again with Brown. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That throw finds Jamar Chase. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
From the 41. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down. Burrow out of the shotgun. Complete out to the right side. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 23. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Has it in close. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the 1st quarter. We've got a close one here. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. We're all set to bring you the 2nd quarter. The Bengals well within striking distance. Play action now. Burrow. Buying some time right. And he will score. It's a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals grow the lead to 7. Joe Burrow with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals grow their lead to 8. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Love. This one taken in by Kraft. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Tackle made by the rookie from Wisconsin. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 31. That's completed right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. Love from the gun. Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
They go counter, it's Jacobs. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. First down.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Love out of the shotgun. That's reeled in by Jaden Reed. And he gets him around 6 there. Dax Hill up for the stop.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Completes this one to Kraft. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Working inside the red zone. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Packers can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here. Running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in. Finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. And he hits the extra points. A little surprised they wouldn't go for 2 in the tie, but at least he made it, so the lead falls to a single point. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. On the return, here's Jones. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Out comes the offense for the Bengals. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Got a man, it's Gesicki. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Edger and Cooper there to make this stop. Second and 6 coming up here. from the 32. Finds his man Chase. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Burrow from the gun. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Burrow. Rolling into enemy territory. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Straight ahead, it's Brown. He gets forward, next about 4 yards. Brought down by Quay Walker.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 now. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Edgerrin Cooper takes it away.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. And we're going to have to pause here. An injured Bengals still out there and being looked at now. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Fakes the handoff, now Love. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he gets him 1 as we've come up to the 2-minute warning. So 4th down, here comes Daniel Whelan to send it flying for the Packers. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. No return on that punt. And it'll be Bengals football. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Burrow finds him over the middle. He's got to gain a 6 there. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. Third and 4 coming up now. Looking to throw, Burrow. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the first down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
This one taken in by Chase. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to get this down to the 36. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 36. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Cincinnati uses its second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's first and 10. They are throwing it again. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they face second down.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Burrow throwing again on second and 10. On target to his man Higgins. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. From 37 yards in the right hash. Butker knocks it through. And that'll push their lead to 4.
Well, nothing to critique there. Good snap, good hold, and he puts it through to pay off the drive with 3 points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. A final throw before the break. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. He's got it deep downfield. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. That brings us to halftime with the visiting Bengals out in front. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Hardman with a return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Out comes Green Bay. They have the first series of this second half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. From the 43. Able to get it to Reed. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Love. Reed's got it. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. That one gains 7. And it'll be 1st down, Packers. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st and 10, here's Love. He's on the move. Steps up, and he's running with it. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Love. Cut out left. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
Jacobs gets it on the draw. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Love out of the shotgun. Completes this one to Kraft. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. But anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, well, those are welcome bonus yards.
They'll run. Jacobs. First shot gets him 5. Still a couple of looks remaining. It's 2nd and goal.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. Love from the gun. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Buys top. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Packers take the lead right away in half number 2. Jordan Love, the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
McManus on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers push their lead to 3. On now is McManus to kick this away. On the return, here's Jones. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Bengals and Joe Burrow all set to take over. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. 1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Into the hands of Gesicki. Complete. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 28. Completes this one to Chase. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Burrow setting to throw. Tight end makes the ground. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
The Bengals send out the punting unit. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. He has it at the 22. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And the Packers will take over possession. The Packers ready to run their offense back out there. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Dax Hill up for the stop. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing, Love. Hits him on the out route. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Handoff here to Jacobs. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Dax Hill up for the stop. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
Second and 10 now. This is reeled in by Reed. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Man in motion out of the slot. Running on first here with Jacobs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So we hit the end of the third quarter. The Packers with it. They have the lead late, but this game is close. Offense to the line for second down. Throwing from the gun here. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers are also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal. Here's a give to Jacobs. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and now it'll be second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
And they send a man in motion. Again, it's Jacobs. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
So now, here's third and goal. Love now. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. But now all eyes going to turn to those officials. We got to see if this flag is going to take it away. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. McManus on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers make it a 10-point ball game. On now is McManus to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Here come the Bengals to take over once again. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. Got a man, it's Gesicki. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. First down, Burrow to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Burrow out of the shotgun. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he lost the football! And no turnover, it's going to stay with the offense.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. 1 mistake didn't become 2, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. Now Burrow. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Trying for it with Burrow. He finds him beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They strike for 23 yards. And the unlikely conversion nets them a 1st down.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight end, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Now here's a spot where the timing's got to be absolutely perfect, Kate, between the quarterback and the receiver. That throw is made before that receiver's ever thinking of coming out of his cut. Too early, it's incomplete. Too late, and it's headed the other way.
Brown on the inside give. And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. Well, Brock, you found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Nixon now to return it. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 20. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Love looking to pass. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. Finds his man. It's Kraft. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Here's Love. Completed over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Here's Jacobs. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers holding on to a field goal lead. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They stick with Jacobs. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Going run again with Jacobs. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. So now here's 3rd and 5. He's back to throw. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
I love the thought there and the idea. Get your guy in space. But he can't make anything happen until he catches it cleanly first.
An important attempt coming up here for Brandon McManus. It is a 44-yard look from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
On now is McManus to kick this away. On the return, here's Jones. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Bengals headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. That's Gesicki. He's got it. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Setting up to pass. A quick slant. Here's Gesicki. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. He'll look to throw it. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Hits him on the in route. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. To throw again. It's Burrow. Got his target. It's Higgins. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Bengals have to move here. Clock's running as they hustle to the line. From the 39. And they got there in time. He's taken down. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. And the Packers will go with a dime look. 3rd down coming. Looking to throw it. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Fits it through the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. So a historic venue in football sees yet another win as the Packers take this one at Lambeau. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are your winners as we say so long from Green Bay.